evening's live, I'd like to go over just a few key areas of interest, at least in my opinion. First, we can see XRP is in a very nice spot here going into the close in about 2 hours and 11 minutes. So it's a good time to do this live. I have something, because Julie has to leave here in about an hour for just a moment, but I wanted to get my live done before she, has to go and then at least be present. So I came on now, so we'll see how productive we are here, but I have a lot of information to share. We'll talk about how XRP is actively still trying to flip the 2018 resistance to support, and right now, while we are pretty nicely above it, leading into the close in just about 2 hours and 11 minutes. Bitcoin's also at a surge as we were anticipating, with the push up here to about 61K as of right now. It went up a little higher near 61,500, but it has consolidated some here. So we'll definitely take a look at Bitcoin as well as XRP's technical analysis. We'll look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing to show what it shows us as far as maybe a directional pull one way or the other, when it comes to relation to Bitcoin. But oftentimes it's a little bit deeper than that. It'll allow us to see whether we're taking an upward or downward trajectory as a whole for XRP. It's another layer of information. We have a couple things of reading that I would like to do as well. I want to talk about how the XRP exchange supply dwindles and paves way for a possible 10% gain. And that just means more people are deciding to hold on to XRP right now in today's moment. That doesn't mean tomorrow or next week it can't be sold, or today. But as of right now, there's less supply on the exchanges, which the only logical outcome there is that, or the conclusion there is that more people are deciding to hold them in their wallet than keep them on the exchanges, which is actually a good news. That is the good news. And then we'll talk about how XRP Ripple blast through a milestone with wallets, but also highlights a key point. I almost went with this because I think it's a very overlooked thing. I almost went with this in my title, and I decided not to because I didn't want to scare people and make them think, oh, this is something less than it is. But it highlights the fact, too, when they talk about it. It highlights the point that, yes, there's just over 56 billion XRP in the in the current circulating supply, but there's also just over 3.8 billion XRP that are technically in supply, but not part of the exchange supply, which can be sold to institutions and so on and so forth. So that's something we'll also read through. So if you're not familiar with that, it might blindside you. So when we get through that part of the reading, when they mention that, I don't want you to be caught off guard. So yes, there is almost 4 billion XRP outstanding that are being traded, but it's not on the exchanges. Let's just put it that way. And that's a part of why Ripple got in trouble, but it still goes on and so forth. So I think it's pretty interesting if you actually think of it in terms of that number. I would like to know what those 3.8 billion are being sold for per token. And that's what would have been highlighted. Remember, it got redacted in our official documents. We read about the $125 million proposal from the judge. That was one of the redacted parts that was showing the difference between the price that we pay and off of exchanges. That's what it's alluding to. It didn't blatantly say that, but that's exactly what it's alluding to. So, and that doesn't mean all 3.8 billion approximately, or closer to 4 billion, have been sold. That just means they're available, and they're not available to be traded on exchanges for us to buy. So basically it's not available for retail because we're not in. Like George Carlin said, it's a big club and you and I ain't in it. So the better equipped we get to that saying, the better we are. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this live. I would greatly appreciate it, as I came on at a much different time. I usually come on around 6:30. But I think it's just as, it's going to be a very interesting live. A lot of information. XRP is up 1.57% today. And for anybody who was here yesterday, I don't really like to talk in the past tense, but it's relevant for just this one point. For anybody who was here yesterday, there was something we talked about that we were watching, and we said, if it pulls up and does this bigger W here, we're all going to say, well, how didn't we see it? But we did. And we drew it in. That's the W I'm talking about. We drew it in yesterday. And now it's starting to pull up here. And if it does officially pull up and hold this 5-7 right now in current terms, we're trying to, now what I would expect here, and just hear me out, and this isn't a bad thing, if we have to rotate at all, this is still currently, this candle we have right now in the 3 hourly, that's still a bullish candle. That still looks more dragonfly-esque, which means there's still more top end pressure. It's just, we could possibly have to touch that 57.2 cents. That 57.2 cents. That is that area right now, if we have to come down at all. So just pay attention to that. But right now we're in good shape. We're only just over 2 hours away from the daily close. Yes, Coco, I talked about this a few days ago, that it was in fact a bump and run pattern. And we had to make sure that it wasn't a bearish bump and run. I'm glad that you said that. I know there was a few of you in here 2 days ago. We talked about how it looked like a bump and run pattern, but we had to make sure that it wasn't a bearish bump and run. And when I showed it, the bearish would have been, look, it looks like it's going to run and then it just falls out. So it's, the bump and run should consolidate and then it should run out. And it should end up here. If it plays the traditional sense, and we can see it in the inverse head and shoulders setup even. We can see it in the fact that it looks like a bull flag set up here. We can see it in the fact that we're above the 2018 resistance. This all leads to a surge to 68.2 minimum. No, I know. I understand that, Coco. I said we want to make sure it's not a bearish bump and run, which means it's a fake out pattern, my friend. I'm not saying it's bearish. It's a very bullish pattern, bump and run. I was saying that we were making sure it's not a fake out, where it was faking us out and it turned into be a bearish bump and run, which just means it was a fake out. That's it. It just means that it was showing us a false cravado in a way that is the best way I can put it. But yes, a bump and run is a very bullish pattern. We're just hoping it's not a fake out. So I just called it a bearish bump and run for comedic value. But yes, you're correct. It's a bullish pattern. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this live. If you hit that like button, YouTube does recommend it. That simply just means whether you've seen my content or not. No, but Coco, I'm glad you said it, because if you don't say that, someone's going to be like, well, what the hell? I thought it was a bullish pattern, the bump and run. And he's saying a bearish bump and run. I didn't even know that existed. So I'm glad that you actually said that. That's actually good. That allows somebody who doesn't know to now know. So I appreciate that, actually. So you hit that like button, everybody. It allows YouTube to recommend my live in this case, or updates. And whether you've seen my content or not, it pops up on the news feed, and you can make an educated and informed decision whether or not you'd like to watch my content. So make sure to hit that like button. I will catch you on the other side of the intro. Good evening, 5:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. If anybody's watching me, I have not cut my hair, and it's part of something we are doing in this very community. Last July, I said I would not cut my hair until XRP at all-time highs, but I did give myself an out that if it hit $1, I could in fact cut my hair and my goatee. As you can see, XRP has not hit $1 in quite some time, at least, and it's been much longer than this. If I would have started this the last time XRP hit $1, it'd be down to like my elbows. But as it is, I feel very honored and privileged that I can do this at 40 years old, because not everybody in my family has hair like this when they hit my age. So I'm very blessed indeed. So, you know, it's just, it shows you how long you've really had to accumulate. It really does. So the bump and run pattern, if this plays out bullish, the low's in. The low's in. And this would be a nice W reversal. It also show off as a Gartley. But I don't know if I'll ever be able to cut my hair. And Julie already knows. She can already tell what's happening here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut it. It's a part of me now. My hair is a part of me. And I've never in my life grown my hair for more than a year. But now all of a sudden, once I got past the year mark, I don't know what happened. Now all of a sudden, it's getting so long that I actually want to keep it. I heard when you get to 3 years, because it's actually an extension of your nervous system, that you start to become, let's just say you feel a little different. So Kryptonian and Mark Casson, welcome in, and thank you both for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. XRP King, and let's see who else is in here. XRP King, and it refreshed on me, I'm sorry. XRP King Mo, welcome in. And thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with that XRP Predictor. You and the King both said to hit that like button and share. Thank you so much. Jeffrey, Messi, Khan, David, welcome in. Richard Quinn says, good man, have you saw today that Bit Nominal are going to have XRP futures trading? There are, you know, you can actually take, believe it or not, call options right now. I talked about this on XRP, and the most sought out at level that was taken was just over $1.10, which is interesting. So you can go back in the prior update just from a couple days ago. The Gatman, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon badge. JW, welcome in, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Matt Eagle, welcome in, thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, and that is my face superimposed on that emoji badge. It sure as hell is. Let's see. I'm having a great day. I hope you're having a great day as well, my friend. Jordan Langan, welcome in, and thanks for being in your 3rd month plus in the XRP Army with the XP Meteor. Louisville, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army and having your due diligence for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon badge. While I'm on the note of saying hello to everybody, I'd like to welcome in the new members and the old members that have found their way back to the community. Both of you have a job to do and are so integral. The first part has already done a tremendous job. The older members, they've helped me create an identity of positivity over negativity. So if you're in here, we don't do the negative bullshit. Excuse my French. We're positivity over negativity. We're winners and we don't play the victim. And we have to have all the information from a news and charting perspective to make an educated and informed decision. We are helpful, not hurtful. The dark will come in and show up, but the light will propel it out. Because the light always outshines the dark by using love. Love always exceeds the dark. So you always need the dark to show the true light, and you need the light to show the darkness. It's just the way it goes. And how beautiful the light truly is. The new members, it's your job, or the new ones viewing right now, it's your job to continue pushing the identity we've created and give us some ideas we've never thought of. So both groups are both beautiful. And as I continue saying thanks to everybody who's tuning in, the members of Tom's Army, don't forget the lives are sponsored by each and every member of Tom's Army. And anybody who's ever sent a YouTube Super Chat, past, present, or future, same with the members of the Army, this is without ads while you're watching these lives. So if you're watching this on rerun, I apologize, but it's back to ads because I need YouTube to recommend my content and I don't want to use a marketing budget. So with that being said, I have to sacrifice a little bit, and they're going to show ads, and then I'll get a little bit of ad revenue. It's less than, it's about $800 a month if I'm being honest. So say thanks to the members of Tom's Army. Don't forget what they've done for each and every one of you. Unique, welcome in. Broke ass back in the stream. I have $100. Any hope for me, brother? Yeah. You got to build it. You've got to build it in a way, though. Like, the best thing you can do is you have $100. If you believe in XRP, so we're trying to buy support, sell resistance. So your job right now, you're broke ass, as you say. If you want to buy XRP and you're looking for a run and you think this is a good level and you're like, you know what? Because I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do because I'm just some asshole on the computer after all. You don't even know if I'm AI generated. You just assume I am because, you know, that's just what you assume. So, but you would have to buy, and let's just say you think this is a good area and you want to buy this 57 cents because you want to buy the appreciation of that tap at 68. Well, your job now, if it does go down a little bit, you've got to go buy. I'm telling you right now, you got $100. From now to next week, you go outside, and I'm assuming you live in the United States, and if your state has cans, or if you're, I'm telling you, I'm being honest, I used to do this when I first started in the stock market when I was broke. I used to go collect cans, and then I'd buy stuff. I used to do this all the time. I'm being serious. So that's what I would do. And I would start, even if it's $2. Hey, if you put $100 in and you buying $2 in cans and you can get it on the exchange, that's 2% more that you could buy. And then if it goes up 2%, that's 2% more you've earned. Now, if it goes down 2%, that's 2% more you've lost. But in the same breath, then you have to find more so you can buy your losses. So if you're looking, this is the best gift I can give anybody. If you're buying XRP and you're trying to buy it from a position where you're trying to continue to buy in and you think you bought a good level and you're trying to figure out how you expand because you have extra capital but you're happy and you don't want to buy the price up, only down. If it goes down 50 bucks for you in a day, buy 50 bucks. Keep your, let's say you bought $5,000 worth and you don't want to sell out and you're going to ride it down, but you're pretty close to the bottom, so it might only be 2-3%, maybe it's 10%. You just have to, let's say you put $3,000 or $5,000. If it goes down 10%, you got to put $500 more into the position. And then you'll still have that same equity, but when it comes back up to your average price, you're going to have more than just your 5,500 or your 5,500 in this case. Now you've appreciated, but when it goes to where you want ultimately, this is how you continue to expand your position. Many people think it's an all or nothing when you first buy in, and it's not. Didn't I prove that alone when I bought in at 34 cents? I had my swing trade on top of what I always hold in the cold wallet. But then when it got to 38 cents, I bought more and shifted a couple thousand more into the cold wallet because it was sub 40 cents. Those are things that need to be noted. I did keep, almost $5,000 worth that stayed in the XRP Bitcoin pairing, but it needs to be noted when you expand because it was a good opportunity. So I am so happy I did that. So happy. And it's all about the testicular fortitude in the moment. Were there donations? Wow. I'll be damned. Michael Hinogis, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Incredibly generous of you. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. And Czam, thank you so much for your $5 donation as well. It says pushing through the algorithm, props time. I appreciate that, my friend. Trying my best out here in this unforgiving world of ours. Especially when you tell the truth like I do, it's not easy. Let's see. You're going to get a buzz cut in 2025. Daniel, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Coco, you are right. It's all coiling up. Said I booked my trim for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks time. Interesting. Robert says, how do you withdraw money off HOTCOIN? I take my XRP and I send it to either, I will put my cash and I buy XRP and I send it to either Kraken or Uphold because I already have it verified, and then I withdraw the funds. That's how I do it, personally. Because I don't want to do KYC. Richard, we bull run up to Fed rate cuts hard and fast like a good one. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Kryptonian said I cut mine growing for a different reason, but you helped. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. I couldn't take it anymore. I have really thick hair. Oh, I know. I know what you mean about the really thick hair. I have incredibly thick hair as well, and it gets, I'm not going to say annoying, but I understand. Bob Bertner, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. We're almost to the good news. We're almost to the charts and stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel says he's too good to be fake. I like seeing that. It is pumping a little bit right now. Matt, and thank you for being in your first month in Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. All right. And Unique said, thanks for the advice, man. You're welcome. Man, I don't live in the States. I'm from Pakistan. Okay, that might make it a little more difficult. I don't really think you guys are collecting cans out there, but I could be wrong. The funny thing is that's always one place I've always wanted to visit. Like, no joke. That's one place I have always wanted to visit. Can't explain it. Just I think it's a cool culture. Who knows? They might, I might not be welcome there, but what do I know? But I think it's a cool culture nonetheless, and I think I could really blend in very nicely. I could. I just would have to bring a different kind of, or I'd have to buy a different kind of dress is all. That's all. But anyhow, I welcome you in from Pakistan. Excellent. Ugh. Never buy this. Oh my God, I'm going to go yell at this guy tomorrow. Oh! I had to go in and buy a lighter. I bought it on the way home from the gas station and from the gym. I see this on the counter and it says hemp bombs, broad spectrum CBD, 75 milligram CBD. It says fruit punch flavor. That is not fruit punch. That taste, ugh, that taste like cough syrup. Ugh. I said, oh, I'll drink this during the live. It'll taste good. Oh my God, that's the, oh my God. Nothing. I wasn't going to smoke anything. I wanted to try this 75 milligram CBD thing that I found at the liquor store. And you know what? My God. That must be or something. That, oh. My dear Lord. Hemp bombs. Whew. All right, anyhow. I feel like I just... My God. I can't drink that. It landed straight up on this. I can't drink that. Ugh. Anyhow, all right, let's get into this. I apologize for that. That just caught me very off guard. I thought it was actually going to be much better tasting. I got to focus. So here we go. So XRP right now is up 1.8%. We're sitting at a very critical level. So if you're new, I'm getting back into serious mode. Or if you're old, you'll know. So 2018 resistance. I might as well show everybody because there's going to be some new, mostly older members, but there will be some new members in here right now or new viewers. So let's go back to the beginning. So XRP here, the reason why it's so important that we flip this 2018 resistance as support is because we've been stuck in it for over 6.5 years. Tanya, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I told you so badge. Yes, a CBDC. I love it, Con. I love it. Right, Rocket XRP Painter. I could see that. Chris Miles, welcome in. Tequila would have been nice with that, I promise you. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. So, right now we've got the $3.31 is that downtrending resistance. That's where it started. That is the swing high, and that's also all-time highs on this exchange. On Bitstamp, it was $3.31. Now, it took 27 months to get to the swing low at 10.8 cents in March of 2020. Still the swing low, as is the swing high, $3.30. Support 2 is January of 2021 at 18.2 cents. Resistance 2 is $1.98 in April of 2021. Support 3 is January of 2023 at 30.3 cents. Resistance 3 also confirms the pattern. You need 3 hits of resistance and support to confirm the pattern, unless it's a broadening wedge, which you need 2 on each side. But 74.8 cents is resistance 3, and that's March of 2024 at 74.8 cents. Resistance or support 4 is July of 2024 at 40.2 cents. Resistance 4 is right around 60 cents, 58 cent area, depending on where you want to do it. We'll call it 58 cents on July of 2024. Now, is resistance 5 going to be right now, or is this going to be a new support, or is this just going to finish off resistance 4? That's the question. Are we starting a fresh rally, which we would have to get over 57.2, which we are, hold, and then we can start moving up, which is a pattern we created here in the short term, but it's been going on since we've been trying to break over this 2018 resistance, and that W is what we drew out yesterday. So we speculated that it could be forming a massive W reversal, which would also give credence to the bump and run pattern. Now, we were trying to make sure that it wasn't bearish, and I just called it a bearish bump and run, which all I meant by that, by anybody who's wondering, is that it would reverse bearish, and it was trying to give it was a fake out. So it was trying to show us a bump and run, but it was just a fake out. Right now, though, it's over the 2018 resistance. We just need to get a little volume in here, because now we're starting to make a little bit of a channel here, which I don't necessarily like those. But eventually we're going to have to make a pop here one way or the other. And I think even if we're bearish, I think it's set up for us to come up here to 59.3 likely. Because if you look at it, it's trying to form a short-term cup here as well. And I don't make the rules. I just pay attention to the formations that are that are pending. So down. So what if this is just a short cup? And better yet, right, the W reversal. What if it's swinging around now for a cup? I mean, I'm just saying. And if we update it just so, if you want to, if you're like, well, it didn't go like that, Tom, fine. But it's going to look exactly the same right now because it hasn't invalidated that thought process. Okay, so it swings around a little bit more. It's still a W. So that's the point here. What if that is actually a W that is forming here? That was the whole point. So I think that there's still a lot of reasons why we might be having to say there is a W there. It's possible. Even if it comes down like this, you know, it's still... Now, I could see if it does that, maybe it does fake it out and give us a nice M, and that's something we'll have to watch out for as well, and that would just mean that we failed, but I still think that would mean we're coming up to 59.1 on a fail. Does anybody understand what I'm saying here? Do I sound like an idiot? Just curious. So that's what I'm looking at here. So until 8 o'clock, we're probably stuck in this range unless Bitcoin makes another push up. Bitcoin up 2.2%, and it looks like a bull flag setting up here, which is very nice to see. Even though it would lead you to believe that's a reversal candle, it still looks like a dragonfly to me, which is still bullish. So looks like Bitcoin too is setting up for that reemergence up. Kind of looks like to me it's trying to come up here. If you're asking me to be honest with you, I think it's trying to come near 63K. So yes, it is, Michael. It's looking good. It's looking good indeed. I agree. So that's what I'm seeing. And to me, it doesn't look bad here. It's just like I said on Thursday or Friday when we were dropping. It doesn't look bearish. It looks like we need to reverse. It doesn't look like we're ready to drop. And fortunately for us, that's playing out because, you know, it's fortunate because we want to make money, not lose it. So, in Bitcoin, as long as it stays over that 58,108, I think it's bullish. That's, in my opinion, what would be the inverse head and shoulders, or at least that's a nice pivot point structure there. I guess in current terms, it's about 58,495. So, but yeah, that is definitely what I'm looking at. Dave says you're using an Ultra as well. Who is that? Wow, welcome in. Glad you are here, my friend. It's the final countdown. One more big shakeout before we take off. We shall see. That's my bottom to 63.37. Nice. I could see 63.37 very easily, and I'll tell you why. For anybody who hasn't seen this chart yet, I do 4 different charts here, believe it or not. This is a very important one, but this is a very important one as well. This one, for anybody, I'll explain it real quick just so you're not lost. And yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on because there is. There's so many converging patterns here. We have the cup and handle, so this is the cup. The measurement of the depth of the cup. We have all these different measurements already played out. Would be $1.37 if the cup played out bullish and played out all the way to where it needs to go. We've got the rising channel resistance here, which is at 85.89 cents. The support of the rising channel was at 63.6 cents, and that's why, 61.1 cents, which is why I think that's a good area to come up to. But also, we have the cup and handle, and the resistance at 63.67. We also have a falling channel support at 34.02 cents, and the handle resistance can act as a resistance of the cup and handle, and also the falling channel support, believe it or not. So I think that 63 cents is actually a very important spot, because until we break above that level, we can't break the cup and handle, and that's very disappointing. Once you break the cup and handle, we've got a massive rise that we can take. It looks like a bull flag set up here, and we came down to tap support here around 42 cents as well last week. So it's not like we haven't come back down and cleared off some steam. So, but let's, after we look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing, let's get into a little bit of reading here. I want to get lost in some reading, if I'm being honest. The XRP Bitcoin pairing right now, it's doing pretty much what we expected. We got rejected initially at 997. Now, the fact we got rejected, that we're kind of in no man's land, looks like a little bear flag. So, I mean, The fact that that looks like a little bear flag there and Bitcoin looks a little bullish, it almost looks like Bitcoin's going to appreciate a little bit faster than XRP, is what it comes down to, it looks like. Now, that does look like a sneaky V-shaped recovery here, though, on what could have been a bull flag, or bear flag. So, would I be surprised if it rebounded and came right back up to 997? Nope. So, just be cautious and pay attention. Some news of note. Right now, B2 Gold was up another 4 cents on the day, about 1.56% to $2.61. I told you I'd only show you this for a couple days, and then it would be useless, because what's the point? Because if you didn't listen, you didn't listen. We talked about it on Friday. I showed everybody when I made the purchase, and I said whether it's going to be good or bad. I bought it at $2.41, and I thought it could be a quick profit for everybody in my audience. B2 Gold right now is at a 6.23% dividend, and its PE ratio, price over earnings, is only at, price sales ratio is only at a 1.75, lowest in the commodity sector when dealing with gold. I believe it's the single lowest. So, and it was a quick turnaround. It's been 8.31% so far, and I have a lot in it, so it's $602. But the point is it's 8.3%. You could have made on, heck, even if you had that $100, there's 8 point, but I'm not saying that's in a different section, but I'm saying 8.3% since Friday. Since Friday. So, you know, sometimes, and now tomorrow it could go down. The next day it could go down or it could go up again. You know, you never know. So at least you could have bought and sold it. Even if you wanted to get rid of it today, there's 8.3%. So there's money to be made. And there's opportunity on every drop. And that's the point and message I try to give everybody. I do a lot in precious metals. Gold is up to $2,464, down about $2 on the day today. But held very strong for having such a push of $40 yesterday. Some people get mad when I talk about this. I don't know why. If you would have listened to me, you would have bought gold at around $1,600, $1,700, and now it would have appreciated up over 24. So I think you should be very happy with where we're going here. And the commodities speak for themselves. So that looks like a gigantic flag. Nice recovery here. And if this plays bullish out of this, it could have a small recovery or small consolidation. But I thought today was going to be more of a consolidation day, and it only went down $2, which is interesting. So once the rate cuts get announced as well, you're going to want to have exposure to gold and silver. And by the time you have exposure, if you don't now, one could argue it's too late, because look how much it's gone up. But it's never too late, because you're always trying to turn your fake money into real money. So, but yeah, that's where we stand right now. Now, let's go through something that might open the eyes of some of you. And make sure to hit that like button if you do appreciate my work. If you're sitting here and saying, well, this asshole, this bloke, he hasn't even told me how to buy XRP yet. Video description below. You've got BITUNIX. They have the lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. You can trade worldwide there. No KYC or VPN needed. The only way you would need a VPN or a KYC is if you send or receive from a bank account. They have so many different options, and the fees are very, very low. So take advantage of that. You can feel comfortable swing trading. $3,000, $4,000 are only going to cost you $1 or $2 to swing trade. So it's not like some of the other exchanges. And then a second option, HOTCOIN, also in the video description below. They also, no VPN or KYC. You can trade XRP on both. XRP Bitcoin pairing on HOTCOIN. You can copy trade me on HOTCOIN. Right now, we have a $100 challenge, and it's up to $236, which if you trade one to now, and you got to pay attention, because whenever they do an update on copy trading, it sometimes kicks people out. So, you know, now you have to refollow, some of you, if you're following. So pay attention every day and monitor, because there was an update yesterday and everybody but one person for some reason had unfollowed. So, but I haven't done a trade until more people would refollow. My last one was a couple days ago, that 5% with Ethereum, but we're up $136 is the point. So if you're following on HOTCOIN, if you already have your money on the exchange, or you followed through the links or you're linked to mine, go to copy trading and type in XRP Future Millionaire or XRP Future MIL, and my name will pop up. Easy to find. You'll know it's the right one because it'll show we're up $136 the P&L on our $100. It won't say, hey, we started with 100 and we're up 136, but the P&L is 136. So you're up 136% if you followed every trade to perfection and you didn't do anything differently. So the only thing other than that is if you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army. I would love to see more members getting that emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens and showing their allegiance all the way until the Diamond Hands badge at 3 years, which some have already got there amazingly. Or you can send a YouTube super chat if you feel inclined. Or as some have said, you have decided to do on Cash App, type in Tom Jr. 222 and you'll be able to donate to me there. Well, I like sharing those details. Ripple XRP blast through, because if you're going to want to donate, you'll pay it forward if you want. I don't need to beg. Ripple XRP blast through a major milestone. XRP surpassed another milestone in terms of total tokens held in accounts. After a legal victory, XRP's price briefly surged before stabilizing, with analysts predicting potential future gains. This is where you're also going to hear the mention of the fact that even though there's just over 56 billion total tokens in circulating supply right now, more than 60 billion are outstanding. That means almost 4 billion are being traded privately to institutions, outside players, but they can't touch the exchange. So that's always been an in the know. Why do you think Ripple was sued, and why do you think that there's actually a judgment against them? And why do you think they redacted the actual price percentage differential and the differential in cost between those exact ones that we're talking about? So just do the math. So what was XRP's achievement? Ripple's XRP continues to make the headlines, recently reaching an important adoption milestone, according to XRP Health Services. And if you think XRP is going to rally here and finally flip the 2018 resistance to support and at least make a run up here to 63 cents, hit that like button. Right now, 94 out of 130 have hit that like button. And that could have already been some people coming and going that hit the like button. So let's see how many of you believe that XRP is going to move. At least get me to triple digits for a positivity boost in my own mind. According to the XRP Ledger Services, the total amount of XRP tokens held in accounts exceeded 60 billion, equaling over 34 billion calculated at current rates. Data shows there are almost 5.3 million XRP accounts, while only 2,450 Kryptonian says, I'm sending you Cash App. Excellent. That is always incredible to see. I look forward to seeing it. If you do, just let me know, because I would have to look on my... Actually, I wouldn't even have to look on my phone. You could tell me. It'll probably show up here because I have Cash App. So, Cash App, just to make sure I'm not sending you to an erroneous account. Tom Jr. 222 if you want to donate on Cash App instead of YouTube. Always forget to tell people that. But recall that the 5 million mark was surpassed at the start of 2024. So only 2,450 accounts out of 5.3 million accounts have a zero balance. That's interesting. The over 60 billion tokens held in accounts include all, and listen to this part very carefully. The over 60 billion tokens held in accounts include all coins currently stored in wallets, whether they're in circulation or not. The figure is also comprised of XRP held by Ripple Labs outside of escrow, tokens owned by institutions, or any other XRP not actively traded in the market. The asset's current circulating supply is a little over 56 billion, while the maximum supply ever to be reached is 100 billion. Ripple has structured the release of XRP from escrow in a way that allows for up to 1 billion XRP to be unlocked each month. It is important to note, though, that the actual amount entering the market is less since the company uses some of its holdings. Listen to this. It is important to note, though, that the actual amount entering the market, and I figure if I don't say it and somebody else does, you might listen to them too, and you won't think that I'm just trying to blow smoke. So it is important to note, though, that the actual amount entering the market is less since the company uses some of those holdings for business operations, partnerships, or sales. Ripple already unlocked its portion of XRP tokens this month. Despite the increased circulating supply, the valuation of the coin did not head south. After all, the predictable nature of the initiative enables investors to prepare for it accordingly, hence the insignificant price fluctuations. XRP price outlook. The token was at the forefront of the gains last week following the latest court ruling in the case between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Recall that Judge Therese, speaking of that funny little guy, Gary Gensler, he happened to make its way into my title today. And if you notice my title, it was just to take a cheap shot at him for today. But did you notice me on the computer screen? You know, he was actually watching me on the tablet. So I found my way into that picture. So it's kind of funny. Old Gary Gensler. The token was at the forefront of gains last week, yada, yada, yada. Torres ruled that the company must pay a fine of $125 million for violating certain securities laws. The sum represents a 94% deduction of the agency's initial demand of a whopping $2 billion. XRP's price shot by 20% shortly after the announcement, reaching almost 64 cents. In the following days, though it retraced below 55 cents before settling at the current 57 cent level. Despite the recent plunge, CryptoX is rammed with analysis who predicted, rammed is one way of putting it, alright, who predicted a new XRP rally is just behind the corner. It's always just peeking around the curtains, remember that. The best thing about XRP is there's always a rally lingering. It could have went up 3,000%. It's still just about to linger. It could be 3 years since we hit $1, but we're just around the corner. We're going to hit $1. As long as you keep that mindset, you'll always have the power of positivity that's just around the bend. We may not be able to see it, but literally, if we just keep going for long enough, we can see it just around the abyss. Despite the recent plunge, CryptoX is rammed with analysis. What is this? Mitch Everett sent you $1 for let me know you got it. I'll send more. Thank you, sir. Yes, we did, Mitch. We just received it. I seen that the $ thing came up, and I didn't know if it was an earnings thing or something, so I always like to see what Cash App has to say. But yes, I did receive it, and thank you for the $1 donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that gesture and support. Despite the recent plunge, CryptoX is rammed. Blah, blah, blah. We already read that. I know, I want to go around the corner, too, really soon, my friend. Derek says, good evening from Burnham on Crouch, UK. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. The one using the X handle flash claimed the token's price might be headed toward the $2 if it surpasses the 200-day weighted moving average. Crypto Tony depicted 66 cents as a major resistance level, following which a pump might follow. These willing to explore additional interest forecasts can follow. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, there is a scenario, especially if the 6.5-year consolidation breaks out bullish and we play true, where we actually do play up to just over $2.40. So that's not false. I want to talk about this. We had a 12 billion surge in XRP real trading volume. That is something I actually alluded to in my title today. So XRP sees 12 billion surge. What's happening? And I appreciate the 131 of you are sitting through the finer details. I really appreciate that. So XRP sees 12 billion surge. What's happening? Whoops. What's happening is I banged the table right there. Now you guys are all deaf. But thank you to the 113 out of you that have hit that like button. It helps my content push more than you'll ever imagine. So XRP surge substantial, potentially providing strong ground for assets reversal. So real trading volume for XRP has substantially increased lately, rising by an astounding $12 billion. It frequently corresponds with increased market activity and has the potential to impact price movements. In the short run, though, what does this signify for the price performance of XRP? I can give you a silver update before I leave, absolutely. Volume is increasing, suggesting that there is new interest in XRP. This could be the result of institutional interest, market sentiment shifting, or large holders making significant transactions. Beautiful V-shaped recovery. And honestly, if this pulls up, that's the ideal bump and run pattern. I mean, in the shorter time frames, you can see it a little easier than what it's showing there. But it's definitely there. I can see it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's why I brought it up a few days ago. More people usually enter the market either as buyers or sellers when volume rises. When it comes to XRP, this may indicate that investors, and I might argue that Bitcoin could be on a megaphone pattern now that I think about it. Why didn't I think about, we'll go to Bitcoin in a second. When volume rises, why didn't I think of that? I don't know why it popped into my head just now. I just seen the pattern for some reason. When it comes to XRP, this may indicate that investors are setting up for a future move, possibly as a result of conjecture or in response to recent changes in the cryptocurrency market. Even with the volume increase, XRP's market cap dominance, which currently at 1.4%, remains low according to analysis of the on-chain data. This shows that although trading activity for XRP is increasing, it has not yet resulted in a major change in its market position in relation to other cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, as can be seen, Gray, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you, and I hope you're having a blessed day today, my friend. I really, really do. As seen from the volatility chart, XRP has become more volatile than it has been in several months. Thank you so much, Mitch, for the $10 donation. You deserve more, but I got you now. I appreciate that, Mitch. Hey, your $10 is so very generous. So very generous. That's your hard-earned money, after all. I appreciate you sending me a Cash App. That is actually a route that a lot of people could take if they don't want to go through YouTube. I always forget to talk about it, but that's Tom Jr. 222. So I really appreciate that, Mitch. So much more than you could ever imagine. And don't ever downplay how much it is. $1, $10, $1 million. The point is you made the gesture. So this shows... Oh no, let's go down here. This could indicate that a significant move either up or down is incoming to the market. XRP has become more volatile than it has been in several months. And you can see it from the chart, the volatility. Well, our chart, not theirs. Although they did have a... Well, I guess they don't have a chart. This could indicate that a significant move either up or down is incoming to the market. These elements suggest that XRP may have a very dynamic short-term future. XRP may see a sharp increase if the current volume spike results in a breakout above important resistance levels. And I will use that $10 to buy $10 more of B2 Gold in your name, Mitch. So B2 Gold thanks you. And our 6.3% dividend on your $10 is also appreciated. I think it always usually pays out about 4% quarterly. Or 4 cents per share. If I'm being honest, that's about what it usually comes out to. That's what it came out to last earnings. I mean, to last dividend payment. But if this market momentum falters, the elevated volatility may cause... So that would mean I'm looking at about 120 bucks on 3,000 shares when the dividend is paid. Not too shabby. May cause a sharp retreat, particularly if investors choose to book profits on the recent rally. Imagine if XRP, for my 10,000 tokens, they paid me 4 cents per token. I can make a cool, swift $400 per every time that we had a dividend payment. But unfortunately, crypto doesn't work that way because there are no actual earnings. We don't make any earnings. And then the last thing I think is important is the fact, and this, to me, this speaks more to, it doesn't mean that we're running out of XRP, you got to run to the exchange to buy. This just means that more people are choosing to hold them right now, which means it could be pointing to a rally. Audrey, thank you so much for that $9.99 donation. I greatly appreciate that. Wow, what a very generous audience we have. What a very generous audience. Audrey, thank you so much for that. That is so very generous. Your third YouTube super chat during the lives in your time watching. I really appreciate that. And a $9.99 donation. Unbelievable. Kryptonian says you're very welcome. I'm learning a bunch. Thank you for that. And not only for that, but also being part of Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XP Meteor. So XRP exchange supply dwindles, paves way for gains in Ripple price. Do we think that this is good? Yes, today we are getting, this is the most donations I've had in a stream in a while, I'll be honest. I think there's 4 people that have sent a donation this stream. That's awesome to see, and thank you so much for that. Do we think that we're going to have a price rise, and that's why the supplies are dwindling? Or do we just think we're caught within a little swing trade moment from some people? So, Ripple XRP shared positive developments with traders in the past week. Following the end of the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC lawsuit against the firm, XRP erased its losses and held steady above the key support at 57 cents on Tuesday. And if you're wondering why I'm not reading this part up top, because that's the key points and I want us to, not already know before we read it. On-chain metrics show bullish potential in the native token of the XRP ledger amid other positive developments in the ecosystem. Daily Digest, market movers, XRP on-chain metrics support bullish thesis. Sentiment data shows that XRP supply on exchanges is on a steady decline. As XRP tokens held on exchange wallets reduce, there is less availability of the token to sell, reducing the selling pressure on the asset. Dwindling exchange supply is therefore considered a sign of potential gains in an altcoin price. And that's the little chart there showing you, and you can see how more are leaving the exchange and staying on as of right now, which is a good sign. That usually preludes some kind of bigger move. XRP large wallet investors have shed their token holdings, which retail holders accumulate the asset. As Ripple extends gains, sentiment data shows XRP supply distribution in the last week. Nice V-shaped recovery in there as well. You see that? Ripple started its private beta testing for stablecoin Ripple USD. The firm informed traders that the token is not available for trading or sale since regulatory approval awaits. And yes, today we have a lot more reading than normal, but there was a little bit of information that I wanted to share. What are we doing with Flare? Well, I proclaimed some time ago it went up to 4.5 cents or 4 cents that I sold, except for the little bit that I am still getting my rewards on. But for all intents and purposes, I bought the ones that I sold at 0.006 cents, except for the ones that I wanted to keep getting rewards on. But I said, I don't even think there's really any point. And this is my own personal opinion. Even the staking. Bye, everybody. I'll miss you all. Be safe. Bye, Scar. Bye, Michaela. But I proclaimed as long as they're giving free Flare, they're just voluntarily, let's just call it, inflating the supply, which saturates the market, which means the price is going to have no choice to go down. The more they put into the circulation. Now, is that any different than XRP? It's slightly different because it's a set plan for Ripple. They're just giving these tokens away. You don't have to pay for them. At least the ones that Ripple puts into the market, you're paying for to buy them on the exchanges. That's a little different when they're giving you it for free. So, I mean, some people laughed at me at when it got up to 4 cents, but now it's like, what, 1.5, 1.7? So, I mean, I stand by what I said. Technical analysis, XRP eyes 20%. Ripple is in a multi-month downward trend as seen in the XRP USDT daily chart. XRP extends gains on Tuesday up to 57.4 cents. At the time of writing, XRP could extend gains by 10.2 cents or 10.21% and rally toward the 63 cent target. The 63 cent level is key to XRP, and the altcoin faces resistance at the psychologically important 60 cent level. The relative strength index RSI reads 52, signaling positive momentum in the XRP price trend. That's a good chart right there. I like seeing that. And that's right up to about that 63.2 cents we were talking about. That's the exact chart we have, that resistance level. Let's see. XRP could find support in the fair value gap between 50. And that's another area that I really like up there at 58.8 cents. That's why I think we can come up there even if bearish. Closer to 59. I do. Because we could close that gap as well. In a bearish scenario, 57.85. So in a bullish scenario, and we're trying to work our way up there towards 58.8 as we speak. So that's the reading for today. We went through a lot of charts as well. Julie just got going, so in time I'm gonna have to get going as well. But I've had a lot of fun during this live. We got a few minutes left here still to go over a couple things. XRP right now, our most important thing is 1, to close over the 2018 resistance as support, which we're actively trying to flip. 2 is not to give way in this 3 hourly, which could be a reversal candle. When I first started, this 3 hourly was a dragonfly. Now, unfortunately, is every bit of a long leg doji. So that just means we came down a little bit too far here at some point. 57.4. Yeah, so we could be on a reversal here. So that's something we're going to have to watch. And as I stated when I first started, I would not be surprised if we come and retap this 57.2 even if bullish. So I think, do I hold Velo? No, I don't hold Velo, but HOTCOIN you can buy Velo on. So it was a place that I felt bad about the fact that MEXC was not available anymore. But if you want to buy Velo, that is on, I believe it's Velo. Let me check. I believe it's Velo on HOTCOIN. It was either Velo or SHX, but I'm pretty sure it was Velo. No, it might have been SHX. No, Velo. It's Velo. And then also on Uphold, if you're on Uphold, I know Velo is being listed. So that, I completely forgot. Damn it, I forgot about that listing. I was actually going to buy it prior to the list on Uphold. That's what this pump is from. I know it was being listed on Uphold. So it's probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. But if you're already in it, you're probably looking at a decent profit today. And somebody said to look at silver. So silver, $27.85. Looking pretty good here. We had a nice W reversal here. It's a bullish Gartley right on the support structure. That's a pivot point at $27.56. Should pull us up to this next level at about $28.33. But ultimately, we're going to be working back up to that $31.30. I have not done a new chart on this in a while, but the cool thing is about this, we're on that descending consolidation, which are very, very bullish consolidations. It's just a matter of where the hell did we get this? That is very nice. I mean, that's perfect. That's exactly what it did. That emulates exactly what was going on with silver during that entire rally. I mean, the entire consolidation. And now for the resistance. That's what we're looking at for silver. And if we're bouncing off support right now, and this is to be believed, that this is turning into a W reversal, we're going to come up to that $30 in time here. Now, if we come down a little bit lower, 27.56, if we're ever below that, that's a pivot point. When you're below the pivot point, that could mean we have to come back down to support. That could open the door to $25.90. Now, I'm not saying you should get your wallets out if that happens and switch your useless currency into real money silver if it comes down into these areas. But what I am saying is it would have to be considered. I haven't bought precious metals at all in 2024 because they're just from where I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I did what I needed to. I did what I had to. I got in and out. And what I mean is I bought in and I acted like I had no money left on the exit. And now that's just money gone and it appreciates without me even realizing it. I swap XLM on Stellar's term. Nice. Nice. Man, that's the third time I've done that. I feel bad, but everybody's going to be knocked out here soon. So, but yeah, but that's silver. So, I think silver's looking fine. It had to have a nice consolidation. It did. It's at $27.86. Doing fine. Gold's the one that's doing fantastic. I just think silver's behind. It always usually is. I think B2 Gold, as far as it goes in the sector too of gold, silver, because remember they produce the most silver they ever have, ironically, for B2 Gold. But I think it's painfully undervalued, especially to the rest of the sector. My fair market value for B2 Gold, factoring in everything, is up at about $6.25. So I'm not afraid to say that. Now, is there a chance that we could come back down to $2.34? Abso-fucking-lutely, and I will. That's about, what is that? 8 cents cheaper than I bought it on this time around. I would have to navigate to see what it looks like tomorrow, because if I have to go into a moment where I'm just swing trading, and I will, I'm up $600+ right now on this buy. So if it gives me an opportunity where I could sell it out and then buy $600 more on a push down and it's 8 cents cheaper than where I bought in, sure, but I'm not just going to sell it just because it's going to come down to $2.45 and then it's going to go right back up. That's not what I'm interested in. MC Prosperity, thanks for the $20 donation. Says, hi, Tom, for the beard trimmer. Hit. I really appreciate that. Yes, things are getting very long these days, aren't they? Very, very long indeed. But, you know, I'm actually enjoying it very much. I actually appreciate it very, very much so. And the longer my hair gets, the more I appreciate it. So before I leave, XRP, pay attention. We need to get that daily close. Let me get this out of the monthly. It's going to be too hard to see. But we need to stay over 57.2. Have a close over that area. And then start pushing up. We've already had golden crosses that have been confirmed on the hold here even. In the 4 hourly. Daily time frame, we're shifting up here as well. That's a bullish okay. So it's interesting because, yes, it's got a little bit less pull down here, a little bit higher on the top. So one could argue maybe that it was a not so bullish of a reversal, but I disagree. As long as it's over 57.2, I could see this as a reversal candle to start pushing back up. If we get a close under 57.2, you know, then it might open your eyes just a little bit that maybe this isn't what we wanted. But as of right now, that's what I'm looking at. Your nearest support, if we break through, is at 57.3 cents. And that's kind of our expandable zone. As long as we hold that, we're okay if we get a rejection. If not, if we don't hold it, it's in trouble. Right now, you can see it as well on this chart. That's just a pivot point, and that's already shown on the other chart. But if we fall all the way through, this is what could happen. You know, you could come all the way down. A break up and a hold at 64.9. That technical target is 96.9 cents on this current formation. So, a lot of opportunity here. Got to have the testicular fortitude. I got to go, though, because I got to go cover inside. Julia's gone. Have a blessed evening, everybody. And I'll catch you tomorrow on the live at 6:30 p.m.